All right, we're recording, guys. Welcome to the call. So Heather and I were kind of sitting and thinking, like who do we want to hear from on the team that really needs to talk, that should talk. I mean, I think a lot of you should want to do some of these team calls, and we'd love to actually talk to you on an individual basis as to what you can share. I think that one of the biggest things that newer coaches go through is that they don't feel like they have anything to share. They don't feel like they have any value because, well, someone knows more than them. And that's like, it's the 180-degree opposite of how you want to think and approach this, because I can't always relate to the first 6 months or first year of my business. It's that far removed, even though I try to keep myself in that moment. So the things that I'm learning and growing on, I forget where you kind of forget where the start is, and everyone has to start at the same spot. So we'll touch on that in a second. Heather has some information. Just a little, next week we will be doing MBF, the full rundown, next Monday. So why don't you take it away?
All right, you guys. Yeah, we are, because what we really want you guys to focus on this week is educating yourself on the MBF program. It's really going to be quite fantastic. And as all summer launches do, they launch your business too. So the key to a successful launch is knowing your program and then executing a marketing plan and sharing. Okay, so the executing marketing plan, that's going to come second. Yeah. First is going to come educating yourself so you know what you're talking about. And so when we use acronyms like MBF, muscle burns fat, you guys know what we're talking about. You're familiar with the launch dates and stuff like that. So to that end, really important, tomorrow on the Beachbody Champions page, Kevin Shaw will be doing a training. So Mike and I had the training already last week from Kim Carver, and I'm going to give you a couple little highlights now, but mostly it's really important for you guys to tune in to the training yourself, because even though I say it, it's better if you go through it. And that is part of the reason why I put the product guide in our team page, because if you read that product guide for the program, you're going to learn so much. And Beachbody did a really good job of condensing it into 3 to 4 pages. And you'll feel like a master when it comes to talking about a marketing plan. You won't feel overwhelmed because you're going to know exactly what we're talking about. We love launches. They are so much fun. They're so much fun as a team. They're so much fun on a personal level because you're doing something brand new. And this program, Megan's going to talk to you and Phil will talk to you. You're going to love it. So know that we're going into something really fantastic. So a couple highlights that I wanted to share with you guys, but you're going to get all of this tomorrow. So I'm not going to spend much time because I want Megan to talk. Is June 29th, the sample workout will launch for us. It'll be in our Coach Online office and we'll be able to start sharing that. So put that in your mind. It's 2 weeks from today. The second thing for you guys to keep in mind is that a week from today, we're going to host a team call just to talk about marketing and launching this program. So that's going to be one that you're definitely going to want to tune into. The program goes live, if you guys don't know this already, on July 7th. When it goes live on July 7th, it's just for coaches to order. The customer window is not until July 27th. And interestingly enough, August 17th is when MBFA finally launches. So there's a bit of a lag.
I think phase 1, phase 2.
Which is why we are going to be spending a little bit of time tomorrow and throughout the course of this week really formulating a strong strategy, you guys, for launching this program, what we think will be the most effective way for you to not only personally do the program, but to share it with tons of people. Okay, so I have to tell you guys, because this is really exciting, that the complete solution will be back. So it used to be that the containers were part of every challenge pack. Okay, this is taking it a notch up. Not only will the containers be part of every single package that is launched with MBF, but so will To Be Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. That means that your customer will literally have the complete solution when they order the MBF, your coach, your customer, when they order the MBF Challenge Pack. Guys, this is big news.
Wow.
Yeah.
With no increase in price.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was the reaction when it was shared with us last week. And we didn't really want to, I guess, ruin Kevin Shaw's
yeah,
surprise too much tomorrow, but we wanted you guys aware of it so you can start thinking about it when you listen tomorrow to the training. So think about it this way. The other big difference is there's only going to be 2 challenge pack options. That there's just going to be what you would think of in your mind as the basic one, where you choose Shakeology or the Performance Stack, and the deluxe. There's no mega. So it's going to be just, you're going to get both the Performance Stack and Shakeology, or just Shakeology or the Performance Stack. So just those 2 challenge packs. It's going to keep it really simple, or completion packs. And not only are you going to get the Ultimate Portion Fix and 2B Mindset, you're going to get the cordless jump rope with every package.
It's insane.
It's insane, and it still will be $160 that package. So
at least for a bit. We'll see where it happens. Maybe it'll go up. But.
Right, exactly. And okay, so that's the big thing. And here I'm just going to say this fast. 4 reasons why this is happening this way. Value. You're providing a tremendous amount of value to your prospective customers and coaches. Results. There's no question that nutrition is an integral part of people getting results, right? So now the results are going to be just highlighted because their nutrition is going to be included. It's simpler. It's an easier way for you as a coach to go and talk to a prospect by explaining that they've got everything. Not like you can do A, B, or C. It's all there together for you. And then coach earnings, and this is really important for you guys. You now have 3 renewable opportunities, right? You've got Shakeology, you've got Beachbody On Demand, and then you also have the nutrition membership. So one last word on the nutrition membership. Right now it's one or the other. It's $19.95 a month. You choose 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix. After this, when these people buy this pack, they're going to get both. And that will be for all your customers and coaches going forward. When they pay for their nutrition membership, they're going to get both access to Ultimate Portion Fix and the 2B Mindset membership.
But they don't have to continue.
Right. Okay. So that was the big blow your mind, announcement. The other thing that I think is really important, you guys don't feel badly about.
We have a call on, so let's go.
I know, I'm going really quick, and I'm going to get this out in 60 seconds, is if you're selling challenge packs this month, don't feel sad that you're somehow making them feel badly, that they're going to be paying so much and they're going to want the MBF. Everyone who buys a challenge pack in the month of June will get a 50% promotion code to knock off in half digital access or the accessory bundle for MBF. So don't worry, if you're setting somebody up with a challenge pack now that they're going to somehow be in a negative spot, they're going to get a promotion code for 50% off. And the last thing is, before and after results, there will be an MBF specific t-shirt, tank top that you'll be able to earn, or your customers and coaches will be able to earn when they submit their MBF results. Okay, that's it, except there's so much more, but we don't want to take any more time.
Yeah, we're going to really wrap our head around, I can't stress the value and the business mindset of a launch, and you have to get around these launches, and especially an awesome one like this, because, if it was, I don't know.
One last thing.
Oh, no.
You guys, this team, every single one of you, you are 141 in the company of 340,000 teams. So be super proud. You guys are doing amazing. This is really pretty incredible. That was fun today.
That
right?
was.
We got to look through everything for every one of you guys. It was really awesome.
Okay. All right. So let's introduce our guest speaker. She started in January. So you can do the math on that. I think, although I'm going to challenge the statistics here, that she might, in the first 5 months, have superseded my own Success Club mark. So she might be the team leader in all-time Success Club, helping the most people in the first 5 months or so of coaching. She's a mom of 4, count them, 4. I think enough said right there. She is a teacher. She is married to a police officer, so special place in my heart. She is working on the coronavirus, what's it called? The cure, the vaccine. She's actually working on that, I believe, in her spare time. Megan McDermott. She is Megan Elizabeth on Facebook. I want to ask you a couple of questions. We want to find out who the heck you are and how did you get here. So without further ado, I'm going to unmute you. You might unmute yourself. Try that. Let's see. Where are you?
Hello?
There you
There
are.
she is.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, Meg. So I've known you for now a while. I think I started inviting you back in 2015, so it wasn't that long ago. And it goes to show you how when some people are, they need to be ready. So I think that's the first question I had for you is tell everybody, like, what was the switch? Like, what triggered you to say, you know what, now is my time. I'm going to start doing this coaching thing.
Sure. So it's funny that you mentioned that because I wrote notes for what I was going to say tonight, and I made a note of that I met you and Heather in 2011 and watched you guys for, I think, what was that, 7 years then, before reaching out and inquiring about the programs. And I was skeptical trying the programs. I enjoyed going to the gym. That was my life. That was what I enjoyed. Didn't really have expectations, but after having Connor, was kind of like, all right, I need to do something. I can't get out of the house. I can't go to the gym. Let me try. And then was hooked after T20 or Transform 20. So then how did I make the switch to coaching? What was something I always considered. I've coached basketball, field hockey, and track at the high school level. And, I enjoy that aspect of with people. And every time Mike and Heather brought it up, I kept saying I wasn't ready. I don't like to half-ass anything. And I honestly just felt unprepared and clueless. So I was a customer for a year. And throughout that year, I kept telling my husband how I thought it was something I'd enjoy. I was thinking of trying it, but wasn't really sure what to expect. So when my yearly subscription was almost up, I actually inquired about the prices of former gyms I had been to just to kind of confirm my decision. And both the local CrossFit and a gym that I had gone to previously quoted me at $160 and $200 per month. So it was at that moment that I laughed. And when I told my husband, Brennan, he said, his response was, well, did you message Heather yet? So there happened to be the coaching open house the following week where I listened to Mike, Heather, Nina, and Susie. And, listening to the passion the four of them had got me so super excited. And like I said before, I love the programs. I started with Transform 20 and had awesome results and had gone through a bunch of the different ones over the year. And so that was pretty much my, why I decided to coach.
Nice. Nice. So, okay, so you must have, I don't think I gave you this question, but like you must have had, because I know I did personally, I'm sure everyone has, you must have had fears going into this. So just touch on those real quick. Like what fears did you have going into this? What were some, everyone's a little bit different, but what were your big ones?
Sure. So like I said before, I don't like to half-ass anything, and I'm a sore loser. So I don't want to not do well. If I don't think I'm going to do well, I almost don't want to do it. Like I have to kind of wrap my head around what I'm getting into before I do. So I think that was one of my biggest fears. I remember going back and forth with conversations with Heather saying, well, maybe I'm going to wait till February. I don't know. And I don't remember the exact wording, but she basically was like, no, there's great deals in February. You need to do this now. And, I said to her, I'm like, all right, I'm putting 100% of trust in you. Okay, I don't know what I'm signing up for, but I'm going to try this.
Sorry, I was muted. All right, so that's and everyone has a different, maybe a different thing that's holding them back a bit, and so I just wanted to kind of hear what was your, what was going behind your, in your head there. So, all right, so let's talk about you start as a coach. What did you do? Like, what were the first steps that you took? Maybe team resources, things that Beachbody provides. Like, how did you? What I'm trying to paint the picture here a bit is maybe some people know how they started, but how you start is typically how you're going to help your coaches start, and it kind of that's the duplicable part of this. So, what were your steps?
Sure. So I, in my head, I wanted to watch every single training video before doing anything. But like Michael said before, I joined at the end of the month, and, you know, they stressed that I had to, you know, you have to be Emerald, you have to make Success Club 5. So that didn't allow me a lot of time to watch all the videos and hit those 2 mile marks. So I watched, you know, the Getting Started new coaching guide in the Team Be the Best You on Facebook. And then I also kind of played around with the coach office and, you know, made sure my website was set up and went through that. I did the Dare to Dream University and kind of followed through that as well. And those were probably the 3 big things I did the most right in the beginning. And then I also started following some other Beachbody coaches outside of our team just to kind of get inspiration and see, you know, how they do things differently.
Yeah, that's super important. It's a great point. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's just, you know, looking even outside the team, our team, Dairy Dream, and see what other coaches are doing, what their top coaches or just where you are and they're maybe doing well. And I think another important point is when I'm hearing you talk, it's like you know, I want to learn it all before I do anything first. I don't want to play if I'm not going to do well. Like I'm the exact same person. I've heard other people say this, so it's kind of interesting to hear this being regurgitated a little bit. But what was what's interesting is that you took action even though you didn't know all the things, and you were learn as you go. So it's like learn something, take some action, and then figure out if that was going well, and you kind of move forward. So I just wanted to make that point because a lot of people do feel they need to know everything before they start, and you know how you started. Like every coach knows how they started. They got a challenge pack. It was explained to them, and then they got a share a cart, and off they went. So, and then they got welcome to the team and all that, and directed to where training was. Everyone knows how to do that because you actually went through it yourself. That's important for people to understand that you know, and not you know as much as you need to know really as soon as you sign up. You just everything else just becomes gravy as the operation of, you know, conversations and stuff. So okay, let's talk tracking, because I do feel that if you don't track, you don't know what you're doing, as far as, you know, who you're talking to, what activities you're doing daily. It's, you know, it's literally throwing spaghetti against the wall. So what is your tracking method, and how vital has that been for you?
Sure. You know, and I think just touching back on your last question, a big thing is just don't overcomplicate anything. You know, process is easy, like you said. You know, you want to get to Emerald as soon as possible and hit Success Club monthly, and then aside from that, like everything kind of falls into place. So just want to discuss that. But I think tracking is huge. I have mom brain, obviously. So I have to write everything down or I don't remember anything. I could have a conversation with you and I don't mean it, but I turn around and don't remember what we talked about if I don't make notes of it. You know, I still balance my checkbook old school and I make lists. So I'm like a pencil and paper person. I have a giant binder that is here. I, you know, have little tabs on the side. One for my coaches, one for my customers, my free leads, my list of people that I've contacted, plan to contact, and then at the back of that I have my groups, which currently is the MDF test group, which is awesome. And with the tracking, I tried to switch to Google Sheets to see if it would be easier, and I don't know yet. I'm currently doing both because I can't decide if that's going to be easier or not. But then tracking wise, like what I do. So I put the data conversation, any comments or anything that kind of like catches my ear that they mention, any tips or anything we've talked about that I can, you know, somehow either bring up again down the road or, you know, tie into Beachbody, whether it's fitness or nutrition wise. And then I usually try to put like a date that I plan to follow up with them, whether it be like 2 days, next week, you know, for some people a month. You know, some people during this whole time have talked about difficulties they're having. So, you know, like August maybe. It's not always super soon, but just kind of the next time I plan to reach out to them. And then I kind of follow the power of 3. So, you know, friend 3 people, message 3 people, invite 3 people to challenge groups, invite 3 people to coaching, and 3 follow-ups as a minimum. And I aim to do that, you know, Monday to Friday, and anything extra is perfect. Sometimes, obviously, with 4 kids and working, I have busy days, so I don't always get to hit all of those. and I just try to make up for it the next day, or on the weekend, and obviously I still continue conversations and follow-ups over the weekend. And I think one of the big things with that is the messages. I was like not differentiating between messages and inviting. So in the beginning, I think I was so nervous to have the conversation, and I saw it more of like as a sales pitch instead of just a conversation and just talking with people. And I finally realized that the messaging doesn't always have to be about Beachbody. Like it can just be like, hey, haven't seen you in 10 years. How are you? Just to kind of rekindle that connection and, to kind of grow the people that you're speaking to.
Nice. I'm just looking behind you because add to the list of things you did a kitchen remodel or a house
I think
remodel.
the entire
first floor.
Yeah.
I just if you want to slack off, that's fine, Meg. That's how you want to be with your business. I understand. Okay, so let's talk about maybe we can have you do like a Dare to Dream call. I can ask Jessica about the way you approach that as a new, like getting into what you just talked about, the tracking method and how you're setting that up, because I still do paper and pencil, and I've done almost all of. I did Teamsy. If you're not familiar with that, it's actually a paid service which you like input stuff into a computer and it tells you kind of what to do and who to follow up with. Anyway, there's Streak for Google Streak. I still use Asana because it's a task manager, so I can like have a list of people I talk to, and I can literally set in Asana, okay, follow up in a week from now, and it'll remind me on that day. I open the app, boom, follow up with whoever. So that's like my point here is that it doesn't matter how you track as long as you track and you have a system in place, and you might go through multiple systems until you find the one that works for you, and that's completely normal. The key is though not getting like, oh, the first one didn't work and I'm so overwhelmed and it's not working for me, and so that's it. Like then you move forward and change gears. So Heather and I are very much still paper and pencil, in an organized way. It's just by week and month and day, week, month, but you have to have that system in place. So what would you give, this is the last question, and then if anybody has a question, please, either put it in the chat as we're talking or unmute yourself when we're done with this. What would be the best advice for someone who is either a new coach or, has a new coach as to how to get them started right?
So I think being consistent is the number one thing that people need to do. And just to remember that, like, I am the product. So what I do is what people are looking for. Like, it doesn't have to, we all kind of sell it, I guess, if I should even use that word, like in our own way, because people are connecting with you. So I think a big thing is like talk from your experience. I know, maybe TMI, my daughter, when we were potty training, like went through issues with going to the bathroom, would kind of withhold, and we used to have like big issues. And, with the pediatrician kind of at first said, like, don't worry about it, it'll figure its way out. Then we had her on Miralax. So I'm giving my 5-year-old daughter Miralax, which I had like a big issue with. I don't even like taking Advil. Like I am 100% against this. So she tried the Shakeology. She loves the Shakeology. She has one like half a dose, either every other day or every day, and Miralax gone, no issues, and she's like a new child. So I feel like I bring that up because it's a real life situation that like I can talk about easily, and I don't feel like I'm trying to sell you something. I'm trying to tell you something that's awesome and worked for my family, and like, you should try. So I think along with that, like just expect people to say yes. If you're confident going into the conversation, like I just said, I have an amazing product for you. You need to try this, and you expect people to say yes. That confidence is going to come across. Like, I think when you're questioning yourself and, you're not sure of what you're doing, it comes across, and there's a difference in that conversation. With that though, be okay getting a lot of no's. People are going to say no, and that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, or, it doesn't even mean no necessarily. It just means that right now is not the time that they're ready. Don't prejudge anyone, offer it to everybody, because you have no idea what people want to do. Follow up over and over and over and over again. and do all the small things every day, because all those small things will add up. It doesn't need to be like one big thing that you do that's going to make everything fall into place. I think just doing the small things consistently. And my last thing would be to plan my next day. Every night I make a list of like what I'm going to do, kind of in order, and that way when I get up in the morning, I know exactly what I have to do on my checklist. I think that's everything.
Yeah, we have to dive into that. I think we need
Megan too.
This is a secondary call coming in your future. Guys, you guys have any questions for Megan? Again, I know, she has a lot of posture because she has confidence in herself. That's because she's a product of the product. She's doing the things. And I think that comes through when she's talking to people. So that's always number one. Like, you're number one in this whole thing, is making sure that you're doing the things that are taking care of you first. But
so, I have to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. So Megan is a success starter, which is how she and Phil ended up in this test group for MBF. And I think it's the coolest thing about the Success Starter program at this point, to be honest with you. So tell us what you think. I think you love it. So I just want to know what you think of Megan and what you think of the program in general. And my biggest question is if you think it's for everyone, for all fitness levels.
Sure. So the program is amazing. I think everybody should try it. Megan is just unbelievable. She is, she stresses good form. So she's like very thorough when she tells you, like with the lifting and stuff. And throughout the entire time kind of gives you tidbits of like, make sure your core is engaged, make sure you're doing this. Like, don't lean forward. And it almost is like she's catching you at the exact right spot that like you start to get tired, you're on rep 9, rep 10 of heavy weights. And you're like, oh, you're right, I can't do that. Like, I need to remember to do this. And throughout the entire thing, she talks about modifiers too. So, I think that anybody could do this program. And so far in the test group, every single person is having awesome results.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna hear a lot more about that next week, hopefully, from you too. So, I just want to get a little feedback on that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. All right. So we're at just about 9:00, and I do want to hop over to the Dare to Dream call. Frank asked a question about when people answer their invite, what would you suggest sending? Frank, what do you mean after your invite, what to send them next? Is that what it was?
Yeah, what I was trying to ask was, I've been working with Guy, and Guy has particular people, like he had sent a couple of invites out, and he wasn't sure what to send them. And as far as questions and answers, what are your goals and this and that? Some people really don't want to give you that. As a suggestion, just to say, well, this is what I'm doing. So I was having him send the program he was working with. And the program that I would send was the program I started with. I started with 10 rounds. This just back in April when it kicked off. So what I was just wondering was, what were you sending? Were you sending what you were doing, or were you sending, something that you had set that you would just send to anybody, like in a general form?
Okay. Want to take it or you want me to go?
No, Megan's answering.
Oh, okay, go.
So when I invite to challenge groups, I would invite to whatever program I'm going to be doing. But if it's somebody who just, sees a post and connects with me, then I usually message Heather and say, this is what they said, what do I do? Because I don't know enough about all programs. So I kind of reach out to other coaches and ask them, like, hey, listen, it's a female, she wants to tone more, like what program would fit her needs?
Yeah, super simple. Keep it super simple. Speak to what you know, for sure.
Yeah, sometimes, Frank, I'll send something pretty generic when they haven't really given me too much information yet, and I will say something along the lines of, what's really awesome is we have a library of 1,400 workouts. And in parens after that, I'll say everything ranging from bar to Pilates to yoga to HIIT to strength training to MMA, you name it, it's there, my goal for you will be to find your perfect first program. And then from there, we'll choose your next one based on your goals and how things advance. That's generally what I do.
you can't make a wrong decision because you have so many options to then just transfer over to. So you just basically are saying, trust me for 30 days, I've got you, and off we go. Let's do this together. So, all right. So we're a little late, so I want to jump over to the Dare Dream call. So next Monday, it'll be, we're going to do 8:15, a little bit earlier.
Probably should do 8:15.
We're going to probably do 8:15. It'll be in the team page. I'll post this call in the team page to give to your coaches if they're not watching it live, to watch this, and we will be here 8:15 Monday next week. And that's all I got. Thank you so much, Megan. Her nickname is Hoops, by the way. So if you just go, we have so many Megans on this team. It's Hoops for now on. I think we should go with Hoops. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Meg.
Thanks. Be the best you. See ya.